Just east of White Rock Lake, there's a stretch of Dallas where you get something that's almost extinct inside the city limits. A big yard, mature trees, and a house that isn't crammed against its neighbor. But buyers chasing that dream make one expensive assumption out here over and over. And it has to do with what's under the house, not on top of it. If you're looking anywhere around Casa Linda or Forest Hills, this is the video that keeps that assumption from costing you $50,000 after you've already closed. Here's exactly what we're doing over the next 12 minutes. I'm going to walk you through the 4 neighborhoods that make up this submarket east of White Rock Lake, one at a time. So you know precisely what each one is, who it fits, and what it'll cost you. First, Casa Linda itself. The established leafy core with the big lots everybody wants. Then Forest Hills, the prestige pocket closest to the lake where the money steps up. Then Little Forest Hills, the eclectic, artsy, keep it weird enclave with a personality all its own. And lastly, Casa View, the most attainable entry point in the whole area, and the one with the most upside. For each, I'll cover the same 4 things. The character of the homes, the location and how it really lives, the lifestyle, and who it's right for, and a real estate snapshot of the money. Then I'll put all 4 head to head, and we'll tell you which one wins for families, value, and which one is the smartest long-time bet right now. By the end, you'll know exactly which of these 4 is your neighborhood. Casa Linda is the anchor, so we'll start here. In terms of character, this is the mid-century Dallas at its best. Ranch-style homes and traditional brick houses built largely from the 1940s through the 1960s, sitting on lots that feel almost suburban in their generosity. Compared to Lakewood or the M Streets, you trade some of the storybook Tudor charm for space. Wider lots, longer driveways, room to add a pool or an addition, and increasingly you'll see original ranches being scraped or expanded into modern customs, which is reshaping the streetscape block by block. For location, you're right on the east side of White Rock Lake. The trails, the spillway, the arboretum are all minutes away. But you're a bit further from the downtown core than Lakewood. The Casa Linda Plaza shopping center is the local hub. The pitfall here to know is that parts of this area sit closer to the lake's watershed than buyers realize, so floodplain status varies street to street. We'll come back to that in the numbers, because it's the single most important box to check here. For lifestyle, Casa Linda is for families who want room to breathe without leaving the city. People who want a yard for kids and a dog, who value a lake-adjacent lifestyle but want more house for the money than the west side of the lake offers. The real estate snapshot includes lay of the land, not a quote, because the market moves. Casa Linda generally offers more square footage and more lot per dollar than Lakewood, though the gap narrows fast on renovated or new construction homes near the lake. Here's the assumption from the intro. That big, beautiful lot can come with floodplain exposure, which affects insurance costs and future resale. Always poll the floodplain status before you fall in love with the yard. What looks like a bargain can carry an insurance premium that quietly rewrites your monthly math. Now we move towards the lake, to the prestige pocket, Forest Hills. For character, this is where the money steps up. Forest Hills sits closest to White Rock Lake, and it's defined by larger, more architecturally significant homes. Sprawling mid-century estates, custom builds, and increasingly high-end new construction on premium lake-adjacent lots. Think big trees, winding streets, and established and quiet, affluent feel. In terms of location, it's the most lake-integrated neighborhood in the episode. For many homes, you're within walking or biking distance of the trail and the water. That proximity is the entire premium. The closer to the lake, the higher the price, and the more competition for every listing. The lifestyle here includes established, affluent families and lake lovers. People who want the trail and the water lifestyle as a daily ritual. Kayaking, cycling, morning walks, and who pay for the privilege of having that at their doorstep. The real estate snapshot for Forest Hill carries the highest ceiling of the 4 neighborhoods today. Lake-adjacent, custom-push, well into seven figures. The pitfall here is the same floodplain reality as Casa Linda, but with higher stakes. The closer you sit to the water, the more critical the floodplain and elevation certificate check becomes. A multi-million-dollar home in a flood zone carries insurance and resale considerations that can materially change the deal. Beautiful location, real homework required. Right next door, but with a completely different personality, is Little Forest Hills. In terms of character, this is the eclectic one. The Keep Little Forest Hills weird neighborhood. Smaller original cottages and ranches, lots of artistic, individualistic touches, and a strong anti-cookie cutter ethos. Where Forest Hills is polished, Little Forest Hills is charmingly offbeat. Though it's also seeing tear down and rebuild pressure, which is a live tension among long-term residents. For location, it is wonderfully close to the lake and the trail. You get a lot of the same lake life access as Forest Hills, but at a different price point and with a funkier, more bohemian vibe. There's walkable pockets and a real sense of community identity. The lifestyle caters to creatives, individualists, and lake lovers who want character over conformity. In other words, buyers who'd rather have a quirky cottage with a personality than a polished new build. There's a genuine community spirit here that's hard to manufacture. The real estate snapshot is generally more attainable than Forest Hills proper, which makes it a popular entry into the lake-adjacent lifestyle. The pitfall is that teardown pressure means you're sometimes paying for the lot, not the house. And if you're buying to preserve the cottage charm, you'll need to understand whether your block is trending towards restoration or rebuild. It changes what your investment looks like in 10 years. And the same floodplain check applies. Lake adjacent means watershed adjacent. And the one most buyers overlook, and shouldn't, is Casa View. For character, this is the most attainable corner of the area. Modest mid-century ranches, smaller footprints, and a more straightforward, unpretentious feel. It doesn't have the lake-adjacent cachet of Forest Hills, but that's exactly why the value is here. In terms of location, it's a bit further northeast, slightly further from the lake and the trail, but still genuinely part of the east of the lake world, with quick access to the same amenities once in your car. The trade-off is proximity for price. The lifestyle appeals to first-time buyers, young families, and investors. This is where I send people who want into the part of Dallas at an entry price, and who are willing to trade a few minutes of lake proximity for substantially more affordability. The real estate snapshot makes this the most accessible entry point of the four by a clear margin. The pitfall, because it's the value play, quality and renovation levels swing hard house to house. So this is another neighborhood where the inspection is your most important negotiating tool, not a formality. Buy smart here and you're catching the area on the way up. Quick things before the head-to-head. Because everything I just covered, especially that floodplain issue, is the kind of detail that never shows up on Zillow. We help our clients on how to pull floodplain status, answer elevation certificate questions, and what to ask before you tour each of these neighborhoods. For no obligation conversation, please reach us at www.paragondfw.com. Alright, on to all four side by side. On price and value, Forest Hill is the premium with the highest ceiling. Casa Linda is established middle. More house and lot per dollar than the west side of the lake. Little Forest Hills is the character play at a friendlier price, and Casa View is your clear value entry point with the most room to appreciate. On space and lots, Casa Linda and Casa View give you the biggest yards for the money. This whole submarket is the answer for buyers who refuse to give up a real backyard inside the city. On lake lifestyle, Forest Hills and Little Forest Hills win on proximity, closest to the trail and the water. Casa Linda is a short drive, and Casa View is a little further still. On a long-term bet, Forest Hills is the blue chip lake hold, but the upside play right now is Casa View, and to a degree Little Forest Hills, where prices still have room to climb as the area's premium pockets push buyers outward. And here's the pitfall that ties the whole episode together, the one from the very beginning. Out here, the lot is the prize, which means the floodplain question isn't optional. Buyers fall for the yard, skip the watershed check, and discover the insurance and resale reality after closing. East of the lake, you check what's under the property before you fall for what's on top of it. So which one is yours? If you want the premium lake-adjacent prestige and you've got the budget, it's Forest Hills. If you want maximum house and yard for the money, in an established setting, it's Casa Linda. If you want character, community, and lake access without top-tier price, it's Little Forest Hills. And if you want the smartest entry price with room to grow, it's Casa View. None of these is wrong. The only wrong move is buying the lot of your dreams without checking what's underneath. If you're seriously weighing the east side of the lake, this is what we do every single day. And we'd much rather walk these blocks and pull the flood maps with you before you make a six-figure decision than after. Reach out to us now to book a no-pressure call when you're ready, and subscribe. Because next episode we circle the water itself for the White Rock Lake neighborhoods, the eclectic pockets where lakefront lifestyle drives everything. See you there.